Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. It's Kelsey and Shelby here, and we are finishing up the last week of Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month. So this week we're going to give you guys some great tips on eating out with food allergies, and then share a fun recipe for you guys for vacation or snacks, anytime that you're on the road. So Shelby's going to go ahead and get into some tips for eating out.
So definitely eating out can be a challenge whenever you have food allergies. You have to think about not only the cross contact, but what could be in the product that you're eating. So it's a little bit tougher because you're not making it yourself. So there are a couple of things that maybe you could do before and at the restaurant to make it easier. And I'll show you some of those over here. Before you go, you want to make sure that you're picking a safe restaurant. So think about your food allergy. You're going to want to maybe consider some chain restaurants because a lot of times they have a little bit more training on cross contact. They might even have a food allergy free menu for you. But also consider what kind of restaurant you're going to. If you have a shellfish or a fish allergy, you probably need to avoid a fish fry. If you've got an allergy, you might want to avoid a buffet just because of the cross contact risk. And let's say you've got a milk allergy, or maybe you've got some tree nuts or nuts, an allergy to those. An ice cream parlor might be dangerous as well because they're not cleaning that scoop every time. They're kind of just dipping it in water and then going to the next one. So consider what kind of restaurant you're going to, and always call ahead. So ask those questions before you go, and just ask them, can you accommodate my food allergy? And they'll be honest with you. You want to make sure you go someplace that's prepared to help. At the restaurant, you want to talk to everybody that you can see. From the first person who seats you all the way up to the manager, you want to make sure that they know that you have a food allergy. And you might consider using the chef card. This is available on that FAIR website, and it gives you a place to write down your food allergies, and then you can give this either to your server or you can give it to the manager to give to the chef. It's hard maybe for you to even remember some of your food allergies if you've got a long list or several. So imagine how difficult it could be for the chef who's in the back trying to cook up all of the food. So that's really handy. Also keep in mind you might want to have some kind of a bracelet or some identifier to say what you're allergic to. Hopefully we don't have a reaction, but if you do, it's nice to have something for people to be able to identify what kind of reaction you might be having. And don't forget, your meal choice is going to be really important at the restaurant. So choose some simple meals, your broiled chicken, steamed vegetables, a plain baked potato. There's a lot less of a risk of cross contact and items that might be one of your allergens. Avoid a lot of sauces and gravies because you don't know what's in there. And then also the fried foods. So for general health, we usually say avoid a lot of fried foods. But for allergens, it's a little bit different. We might be dunking the chicken and the fish in the same fryer. And there, if you have the fish allergy, you might have some cross contact. So keep those things in mind whenever you're at the restaurant. So I'm going to throw it over to Kelsey. She's got this wonderful trail mix, especially since we're probably going to be dining out more often or even on vacation traveling. This is great to take with you.
All right, thanks, Shelby. So this trail mix is actually called Happy Trail Mix. So it is free of all of those top 8 allergens. So essentially, it's really easy to put together. And these are a lot of times maybe some ingredients that you might already have at your house, like rice checks, maybe some sunflower seeds or some raisins. So really, we're just going to dump everything together and mix it all up, and it makes quite a bit. So our first ingredient that we have here is our rice checks. So the rice checks are a good alternative if you have that wheat allergy. So these are a good option for that and still going to give you some good crunch. So we just added 2 cups of those. Next, we're going to do 2 cups of our pumpkin seeds. So this will give that good crunch as well, and also kind of give you that salty taste. You can choose the unsalted or the salted options, but it kind of might give you that feeling that you're having nuts, but not actually having any of the peanuts or tree nuts, which are part of the top 8. So 2 cups of the pumpkin seeds and then 2 cups of our sunflower seeds. So you can see our bowl is already filling up, so this is going to make quite a bit. Next, we have 3/4 of a cup of a dairy-free chocolate chip. So this is the Enjoy Life brand, and the good thing about these is that there's lots of other options on allergen-free food manufacturers that make different things that you can either find at the grocery or you can order online. So lastly, we're going to add in 1 cup of our raisins. So this is a good way to get in some fruit. So if your kids don't like fruit usually, but they really like chocolate chips, and this would be a good way to get in some fruit for them. So we're gonna mix this all together until it's really combined really well.
That looks so good.
It does, and it smells really good too. So this makes quite a bit, as you can see. So the serving size is going to be about 1/3 of a cup, and so the nutrition information for that is going to be about 170 calories for that 1/3 of a cup, which is pretty typical for a trail mix. So feel free to add anything else that would be free of your food allergen that you think you might like. And like Shelby said, this is going to be a great option for you to take on those vacations, long road trips where you might not be sure about stopping somewhere to get a snack. And this is shelf stable, so you can keep it for quite a long time without risk of it going bad.
And keep in mind, there are other manufacturers. We talked about Enjoy Life, but there are all kinds. I've got a big basket here that you can find that are going to be allergy safe. Of course, you always want to double check, but you might consider Sun Butter, and they even make little Sun cups that are kind of like a Reese's. There are some allergy-friendly granola bars and even some sweet treats here. So look online. There's a lot more out there now to keep you safe from those food allergens. Well, thank you guys for tuning in all month to learn a little bit more about food allergies and how to make recipes that don't have the top 8. Always remember that our recipes are available on our website, owensborohealth.org/nutrition. And we hope to see you guys next week on Wellness Wednesday, your place to get well, one bite at a time.